Next, let's clear up students and youth culture. Utah, first state to implement universal list of banned books. Utah has made history as the first state to impose a complete ban on specific books across all schools. The sweeping measure aligns with a new law which took effect on July 1st. The law mandates local education agencies to prioritize protecting children from the harmful effects of the illicit pornography. This directive removes the discretion of teachers, librarians, and administrators to assess books based on their artistic, cultural, or educational value. Under the new rule, any book depicting sex or masturbation must be removed. Notifications to the state board are required when books are banned by at least 3 school districts or 2 districts and 5 charter schools. Banned books include names like Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses, Judy Blume's Forever, and Margaret Atwood's Oryx and Crake, among others. PEN America has sharply criticized the move, calling it, quote, a dark day for the freedom to read in Utah, end quote. PEN says, quote, the state's no-read list will impose a dystopian censorship regimen across public schools, end quote. Wow. Okay, so my thoughts, I feel as if, like, although there are books about, like, masturbation or pornography, like, and getting rid of that, I think that's important, maybe, but at the same time, it's like, how far our school systems and legislation are, like, it's going to create this loophole when it comes to, like, gay books or, you know, other things. So who determines that, you know?
It's a red herring, right? Like, that is, like, at the kind, you're right, Nico. Like, that is, I mean, at the kind of, it's hard to be like, oh, like, against the idea that, like, sexually explicit, like, no one's arguing for having, like, you know, porn in, like, library spaces, right? Like, that's not what the argument is.
No.
The thing is that it's kind of code for barring ideas of gender, ideas of diversity, 100%, right? Like, this is not, it's not even code. It's like, it just is.
It is.
It's
Very explicit.
Judy Blume, like, I mean, like,
Unbelievable.
what's scary about Margaret Atwood? Like, by the way, Margaret Atwood is the one who wrote Handmaid's Tale, right? Like, I mean, like, they're scared that, like, these are, it's going to get people to think.
Right.
And, like, this is what is dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, and not thinking, I'll bet the Book of Mormon is still readily available. Have you ever had your book banned? Is your book been banned?
I mean, I would feel, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. Not that I know of.
Okay.
But to be fair, it's like it's not.
It's kind of a badge of honor.
It's a badge of honor.
It isn't a
That's actually what I wanted.
It is a badge of honor, right?
Yes. Ban my books, please.
Ban Julia's
Ban my
book.
book. But maybe, I don't know.
No, but you know, I think going back to the point though is that, you know, this is again going back to the previous story, this anti-intellectualism, but but books allow you to explore it. It allows you to become imaginative. You learn, you grow with it, you get exposed to different cultures and different ideas, and this is exactly what it's against. It doesn't want people to think. It doesn't want people to have this imagination about the world. You know, I was like in 3rd grade, and once I got exposed to, I just loved reading it, and I loved learning it, and I loved, like, fantasy and sci-fi. I just loved it all. It was just so exciting. I mean, it's just, we're not talking porn here, right? Like,
No.
book is not about porn. It's not about porn. We don't want porn, right? Like, go to the men's bookstore, the red light bookstore, right? That's not what this is about, you know?
No, and it teaches tolerance at an early age.
right.
I mean, to respect other people's opinions, even if they're not your own. And,
I love that. Yes.
You know,
In powerful ways, like in fables, and in ways that, like, in metaphor, like, I mean, it advances us as a society, right? Like, in no unclear terms, that's what it does, and that's what they don't want.
Well,
like,
for
it's
people
not-
who are so obsessed with morality, these books that have morals of value, they don't even want to have them in there. They don't want to have people reading them.
Yeah.
wow.